Hi guys, today we're going to react to ENTEN NO HI, which according to Google Translate means Hot Weather Day, by BETCOVER. First time reaction. This is a Buy Me a Coffee request from Robutnik, first time requester as well. Thank you Robutnik for this request. Appreciate your support.
Thank you so much, Robutnik, and welcome to the show. And BetCover, welcome to the show. Let's see what they're all about.
いつだったか足をくじいた君をぶり裏返る波を敷いて立っていた段ボールの山に蛇が出た君は後ろ髪をまとめ庭園に咲くのを忘れ俺は瞬きも忘れて明日には生まれも忘れて形にこだわり消えるのをただ待つ間につながっていられるのか悲鳴に頼り電気街を貪るだけ熱病は治るかそれが君の命のおかげでだったが薄々に覆いかぶさった月風吹く街で冷めた雑炊を傾け捕まえておらぬ人の吹き去る音の風に季節はショッピングカートに落ちたりのまま走り出した絶対に最後まで続いたそんなポスターが俺はまばたきを忘れ負けつけ島にはされた魔王に頭をくすりと眠りついてしまったいつだって君が恋しくてたまらない夜にも慣れて俺は花木を求め電気街にむさぼりつく蛇さ
We need to mention that Robotnik sent us a link to the lyrics of the song, but they were in Japanese, and we don't speak nor read Japanese, so we don't know what he's singing.
We searched for lyrics and we couldn't find any. Translated lyrics.
Yeah. So we're going to react to the music aspect of it. The song reminds, at least to me, another song. I can't point it out. I don't remember which, but the sounds very, very familiar. Also, first thing I noticed is this is like a mourning, like to mourn, a mourning ballad. It keeps the balladic vein of the song, but it shifts gears in an almost chaotic way, almost experimental way. And it keeps a sense of noir throughout. And that goes not just for the music, even for the way they're dressed, the way they carry themselves. I like it. I'm more curious to find out where this is going, and we would love if any of you have an idea what they're saying in English to learn more about this, but I love it so far. Beautiful.
Well, a few things. When it started off, that piano was gorgeous. Drew me in straight away. I was like, oh, this is good. And then he started singing. I got goosebumps. Something about his voice. There's such power there and control. And it did remind me of songs by these like old sort of chansonniers, you know, like French singers and Russian. I'm actually thinking that it reminds me of a Russian song, but I'm not 100% sure because there are some similarities to a Russian singer. I'm not sure, Asaf, if you know him, but his name is Vysotsky. Very famous, sort of like an underground. He passed away many years ago, but he had this like a Tom Waits kind of thing to him, and somewhere in between this and Tom Waits, but something about this is very, very similar to something that it's right there, but much like you, I can't quite pinpoint it. But that shift you were were talking about. It went into all this like a jazzy mess, almost punk-like. And then it went back into the ballad and back to kind of that beautiful. But I don't know if it was the point where they needed to bring across some sort of anger or frustration. That's what it sounded like. And then it went back into this sort of lament about whatever this song is about. I'm impressed with so many things, but like you said, there's a certain curiosity that is almost frustrating because we don't really know. And when it went into that jazzy mess, as I described it, I was half thinking, is this serious? Or is this some sort of a comedic band? Are they making fun of something? Is this a parody? Because it worked with everything else. This whole noir feel, the suits, the darkness went into red. I don't think it's a parody, but I feel a little bit lost as far as what they're about, what the song is about. Hot Weather Day could mean a lot of things, but I don't know, it sounds beautiful to me.
Yeah, I thought what you said. I thought this was a parody or they're like joking around because the lead vocalist started making faces and then he composed himself in a more serious expression. And I realized they weren't faces. It was just his process of singing. It felt like it was comedic, but it's not. I can clearly see that it's not. It's not a parody.
Even the band name, BETCOVER, I'm not sure what that's about. And it adds to this whole mysterious aura that surrounds them at the moment for us. Because, yeah, as we all tend to do, we don't research new bands for this. Specifically for this, it makes it all the more exciting that we don't know anything about them and we don't have answers to these things. But hopefully we'll get them. I'm sure we'll get hit in the comments with a lot of stuff. But first impression so far, I don't know. I love this.
Yeah, I do too. I think we can separate the core of our interest levels because we don't understand what he's saying. And we can safely say, we dig this music. We like the way it sounds. It's purer.
Yeah. I grew up to music that is in a lot of ways similar to this. So it kind of took me back, which probably had something to do with the goosebumps as well. You know, it took me back to my childhood all of a sudden. But yeah. Wow.
Even though in the second section, when everything came to a halt and their pianist, it was almost like he decided in which direction the song should go. Like it took him time to decide. It felt like the song was being created as we were listening to it. I don't think I've ever heard, at least in what we're doing, a song that is built quite like that. I'm sure there are songs like that, and I've heard songs like that before, but not reacted to songs that are like that. There was a strong element of a pacing there, like the pianist was taking his time and making us guess in which direction he's going to go. I love that part.
The interesting thing was when he slowed it down almost to a halt. He was playing this like beautiful bit, and then he went into a kind of a playful mode where it felt like he was, again, gave me that, is this a parody? Are they playing around? And then he went back into the serious, and I was like, oh my God, that's beautiful. So I don't know what they are about exactly, but the impression that I get, yes, this is an old school style band that delves in sort of experimental jazz and that type of music and kind of bringing it into the present, into today. There's probably some kind of, I don't know if to say social criticism or political saying or something in there, maybe, just from those more sort of experimental, angry sections where he just kind of, I said it reminded me of Punk, the way he was kind of screaming it into the microphone like he was trying to make a point. I thought maybe this is some sort of a political thing, maybe it's not, maybe it's just something else. But it had that sort of a feel like, hey, we have something to say and we want you to listen. And then it went back into this just like beautiful music that is so pleasant to the ear. It just it really affected me. I think it took me back in an instant. And there are parts of this song that felt like maybe it is a cover, maybe it is a song I know, but I couldn't pinpoint it, so I'm not gonna think about that too much for now. But yeah, just amazing, different, and so much fun. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, I got a tad of that criticism that you mentioned. What I did get from it quite substantially is personal sense of pain. There's criticism, there's something that has to do with social matters, criticism of the general something, but this is pain and anger and frustration of something intimate, something personal that happened to the narrator. That's what it feels like. Would be surprised if that's what it deals with. It's kind of nice talking about it, trying to decipher it just from what it sounds like, because it's a universal language. When you hit those frequencies that resonate in your mind, what does it make me feel like? You have no bias because you have no idea what he's saying. And there's something beautiful about it, about the way that it's forcing us to look at it in that way.
Yeah, and also that constant guessing. It's like you listen more intently also when you're guessing, when you're trying to work it out. It's like a riddle in a way, but we have no way of knowing for the moment. And musically, though, I don't know. I just felt like there's an air of genius in the air with this band, and I would definitely like to hear more from them. That was awesome. Thank you, Robutnik, for this awesome first request from you. That was something else. Definitely looking forward to more. Loving this band, and again, welcome to the show. We appreciate the support. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Robutnik, for the introduction to BETCOVER. I can safely say we've reacted to songs before that had no lyrics and we had to decipher just from the music. That we did, and I think we're going to do it in the future. But I can safely say that we haven't reacted to a song quite like this before. This is the first time, for me at least, this overall experience. So much appreciated for that, and thank you for your support. If you enjoyed this episode, guys, please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, and click the little bell icon so you'll get notified on all our future videos. If you have a song in mind you'd like us to react to, please make your request through BuyMeACoffee. The link is at the top of the description below. Thank you all for sticking with us. Thank you all for your time.
Thanks again, guys, for all the support you're throwing our way. We truly appreciate you. Without you, there would be no show, so please keep it coming. We'll be back in a couple of days with a new episode, and we hope to see you all then. Thanks again, guys. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.